Hey everyone, this is Jason. We're going to look at how to do a reflection in the coordinate plane using the rules. So here is our first example. We've got triangle RST with vertices that R at 1, -3, S at 3, -2, and T at 5, -4. And it's going to be reflected across the x-axis. We want to determine the coordinates of that image. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a little table and we're going to apply the rule. So right here we have our rules. This is listed in the lesson. It says if it's reflected over the x-axis, this is our rule. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have the reflection of xy will be x negative y. So that's going to be our rule. And then we're going to take each point. So r starts off at 1, -3. We're going to apply this rule. So the rule becomes 1, and then the opposite of -3, giving us a new coordinate at 1, 3. And so we'll do the same thing for the other 2 points. So we'll have S at 3, -2, and we'll apply our rule. I was looking at the previous answer there, so I apologize for that. So we got 3 and then the opposite of -2. And so that'll give us a new point at 3, 2. And then finally, we have T at 5, -4. We'll apply our rule. So we'll keep X and we'll find the opposite of Y. And so that'll give us 5, 4. So that's a reflection over the x-axis. It looks similar for one over the y-axis. So here is one where we're going to apply over the y-axis. And so this time, reflecting over the y-axis, we'll follow this rule. Why is my pen changing colors? All right, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right, so same thing. We'll apply our rule. So this time it's x, y, and then our reflection will be the opposite of x and then y. So this time just the x's change. And so we'll follow that rule. So B is at -3, 4. So this time we're going to apply the opposite to the x coordinate. And we'll keep the y coordinate the same, giving us a reflection point at 3, 4. All right, so we got C, which is at -5, -2. We'll apply that opposite to the x coordinate. We'll keep the y coordinate. And so it'll become 5, -2. And then D is at -2, -1. So we'll apply that opposite to the first coordinate. We'll keep the second coordinate, giving us a new point at 2, -1. So that's reflections over the x and y axis when you're given the points. You'll also have a situation like this where you are given an image and then you're asked to find the coordinates after the reflection. So maybe we can change it this time. There we go. All right, so determine the coordinates after a reflection over the x-axis. So first thing we got to know is what are the coordinates. So we're going to write those down first. All right, so H is at 1, 2. I is at 2, 1, 2, 3. And J is at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So 5, 2. And we'll apply those same rules. So first one will be x, y. And our rule is that we change over the x-axis, we change the y coordinate. So we'll have x, -y. And so our rule will be, so we'll start with H, 1, 2. We'll apply our rule, which gives me 1 opposite of 2, and that's my final point, 1, negative 2. HI is at 2, 3. So we'll apply that sign change to it. So that would be 2, negative 3. And then J is at 5, 2. We'll apply the opposite to the Y again. So 5, negative 2. And that'll be our final set of coordinates. And then same thing for Y. We're going to do this real quick here. So let's get a new color. So same thing, we got our same coordinates, H, I, and J right here. So same coordinates. This time the rule is that X, Y, we apply the opposite to the X coordinate. So opposite of X, then Y. So we'll have H at 1, 2. We'll apply the opposite to the first term. So that's my final coordinate there, negative 1, 2. I is at 2, 3. We'll apply the opposite to the first term. And so that'll give us negative 2, 3 for our final point. And then J is at 5, 2. We'll apply that opposite to the first term. And that'll give me my final coordinate. So I hope this helps you with reflections. Real simple rules. You just got 2 rules to remember here. If you have trouble with this still, please let me know and I'll find you something else to help you out.